we've had this conversation in some shape or form with airlines. Actually, not just with airlines, because what we do is beyond airlines. So we deal with airlines, we deal with hotels, we talk to cruise lines. And this is a common thread in that they've all wanted to significantly improve and digitize their end user experience going back to 2018 or 19. But then comes I'd say in this industry in particular, more than any other vertical I can think of, having worked in a few of them, the gap between a business that is quite forward-looking and loves talking about what they want to get to 10 years out, and the gap between them and the technology they actually run on, which is often stuff conceived in the 70s and 80s, they still run on, is quite vast. And so while I think everyone can get up on a whiteboard and craft a pretty clear picture of what they want the end state to look like, that quickly then double clicks down to what is the first step do I take? And the first step in almost every single case is to take what I will charitably call the hot mess of systems built up over time and start to bring some sanity to that. That means both monetization, but it also means integration. In 2018 and 19, people drew up pictures and whiteboards, and they sat on panels and they talked about how this would be an amazing place to get to, and nothing much happened beyond it other than a lot of conversation. In a funny way, in 2020, when things really became quiet, in an abysmal way in the travel sector, we actually found virtual interactions, but customers much more interested in talking about how do things look different as we come out of a recovery, as we come out of the pandemic, as we get into a recovery. There is, and I'll say this is also to me a bit of the theme of this event for the last couple of days. Travel is certainly back in a big way. Not all the way back maybe, but it's back in a big way. The mandate for change is much more clear and comes through in actions or words. That gap between aspiration and technology reality is quite massive. But in these last 12 months, and again speaking as an entity that sells quite a wide variety of platforms, that span quite a wide variety of needs, we have seen significantly greater momentum towards technology transformation in these last 12 months than we ever did in the 3 to sort of 4 years prior to that. And so I absolutely think that vision is a reality. Some are moving faster than others. I fully expect in the next 5 years, we should see some really sort of lighthouse examples of done well, and then many others will be sort of following on those paths. Yeah. Every airline has reams of data. A lot of it is like this vein of gold sitting buried deep underground. You might not even know you have it, or at least the business might not know you have it. In the abstract, as much as we might talk about it, it's extremely difficult to stand up and tell someone in a power of authority, in a position of authority, that you just want to do more things with the data. It's all too vague. But if you can tie it back to something really concrete, that in a very tangible way makes an experience better. And so I would focus it much more on the use case of where you want to get to, and less about the boil the ocean, let's take every single thing we have and try to make it all better, because I think people have a harder time than grasping why. Why is it worth it?